It's another year of exploit, it's another moment. As you can see, it's another section. Hello everyone, welcome back to another segment. In today's episode, let's dive into African lady who got married to a Chinese husband based in China. For sure, you agree with me that a African lady doesn't know how to speak the Chinese language fluently, and also a Chinese grandmama also find it difficult to understand her. So by so doing, the means of communication is through translation through the phone. So that has aided them a lot and has make me understanding, and communication very easier for two of them, to communicate well. Seeing that the home is so dirty, she decided to hear that Chinese grandmama in the cleaning up of the home and also tied up to clean up all the environments. You can see the both of them have started the clean up, though our Chinese grandmama is not too strong enough, but she aided her. She did not sit and watch while she does the cleaning. She often help her to do most of the cleaning, and that shows interest, that shows concern, that shows responsibility, and that shows the mantle of leadership. Yes, leadership doesn't mean help you just sit and start giving direction. Leadership doesn't mean you just sit and start giving command or making things to work with the head of human. Leadership is showing good example. As a leader how to show good example, and that is what she did by showing good example. Not just sit and watch her doing all the cleaning herself, but rather she took up to it and tried to do one thing or the other, try to arrange one thing or the other to ensure that the work moves so fast and easier for her. For some persons who are not too good in cleaning and who are not too good in doing house chores, we just sit down and be doing some painting or some cleanup on your skin and all of that. But you can see that she took up the mantle. She noticed and she realized that the home was actually dirty and she didn't know how to communicate to her. But what did she do? She used phone to translate and told her Chinese grandmama that she wants to do the cleaning, and that Chinese grandmama was so much happy for that, and which she did. One thing I want to derive from this is even when you find yourself in a room, when you find yourself anywhere, ensure that you show positive impact. Just as you can see, our African lady did same. She did not sit down and wait for her to be commanded to do the work. She took responsibility and she did it, and the Chinese mama was so much happy that our son's wife is taking the lead. After they clean up, they have to go out to get some spring onions. Spring onions is one of the onions, that is much freely in the land of Chinese. In the Chinese environment, there's a lot of vegetables. You don't need to stress out, to get vegetable. In fact, every tree is called vegetable and a medicinal to the body, and they have a lot of spices. They don't find it difficult to get it, and these guys, they're actually eating the raw natural nutritious food. Yes, because it's being caught in directly from the farm. There's no chemicalized thing, there's no chemicalized stuff. It's always very fresh and very inviting. Here's the seed they've got from farm, and here this is what they're actually doing, cleaning up the spring onions for cooking, for preparation for cooking. The joy that sprang forth, the beauty of togetherness, the beauty of oneness, and the beauty of simplicity matters a lot in all humans. Yes, so been saying this, if you're checking our recent video, we talk much about it, and in a subsequent video, as we'll be forging ahead on other vital information, we also try to educate us on those things which are vital and are very important. Human needs to be simple. Humans needs to be compact. Human needs to be respectful. There are some certain characteristics that has been imputed in a child's life while the child is growing up, and I think this is one of the basic skills each family or each parent needs to inculcate in the lives of their children. Apart from the child type, the child should be able, mostly the girl child, should be able to cooperate and be able to do some vital, or should I say, work at home. not lacking behind, because as time goes on, one day she find herself in a certain area where she will be able to deliver positively and represent her family positively. That is why it's very good to also educate your child educationally, and also think about the other practical aspect of it, which is the ability to handle things and take charge and responsibility and have a motherly heart. Motherly heart is very important in every girl child. Yes, as a girl child, you have to have a motherly heart. If you don't have a motherly heart, you'll just be thinking about yourself without minding your children, without minding your spouse, without minding even those around you. The first thing you should think about is done first, and that is a motherly heart. Some would say it's as if you actually don't know what you're saying. Or you mean I should just leave myself then thinking about others? Why? Well, we're not saying you should leave yourself. In the process of caring for others, you're also caring for yourself. If you don't love yourself, how will you be able to love others? That is why we do say that love comes from innermost. It's come from your whole self. If a African lady doesn't love herself, she will not be able to deliver positively. She will not be able to hate her Chinese grandmama. Looking still, you will also know that she's always around her Chinese grandmama to learn things. Her Chinese grandmama actually have treasures in her. Not every grandparent that have treasure, mind you. I know someone will say, is it all, grandparents that have treasure in them? No, not all. I'm telling you, not all grandparents that have treasure in them. But if you see the one that have treasure and more things to learn from, why not touch it yourself? Just as a African lady who has an eagle eyes, she sees it, she notes that Chinese grandmama had something positive. She has a lot to teach her. So she always, be a best friend. And you know what it means? A best friend doesn't keep secrets. So she tells her, she carried her, she is just part and parcel of her, and she just loves to be round about or in our Chinese grandmama. You can see what she's doing, and I tell you, African ladies, they're learning and also trying to make the Chinese recipe more and more. As time goes on, she'll be in charge of the kitchen, cooking, and also helping out our Chinese grandmama in doing some major chores in the home. Alright, other sections, we're going to take in some little comments which are tripping in. Here we have the first comment for today's package, and she's saying that it seems that most Chinese women and men are the great chef. Well, what should we say? A territory which is being guided, by a lot of lectures and a lot of, special delicacy. Whereas you just go backyard, you just go the front, you see a lot of green vegetables. You can, I swear, convert it into something good. So why wouldn't they be able, to be great chef? Another one that comes in, she said, why did they close their hair? That they're supposed to cover their hair before preparing meal. Well, that is a nice point over there. I think that is what they did actually was just an urgent preparation. After clean up, they just decide to go in the vineyard, the vegetable garden, to get some green vegetable for preparation of just little dish for the family. I think as time goes on, that to be corrected. Yes, thank you so much for that. Yes, we have the last we have several, but right now today's not on question and answer segment, so we have the last one, and she's asking, where is the husband? Where is the husband? Well, if you check in our recent video, you will note that the husband is often around, and he usually not surfaced in most of the clip on during cooking and during preparation of various delicacy. You can see him, he might arrive at the end of the preparation where the food is well cooked for eating. That is when you see the men in the house who arrive for tasting. Guess what? All right, this is where we'll be, I think, ending the question and comment sections coming in. So let's forge ahead Yes, this is a great time. You can see that that birds have been able to prepare the special delicacy, and they're testing it. So funny enough, the husband, the men of the house, are not to be found with. This is a special delicacy being prepared for only the two little birds, and little be kept also for the men of the house. Alright, this is where I'll be wrapping up today's episode. I hope you're enlightened onto this package. Please stay tuned and stay blessed, and always remember, lovelies, stay good for now. Bye for now.